You know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I believe I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in that house because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her? I don't know.
The LAPD just made a major move in the Celeste case, and it's shaking everything up. Reports say David's close friend Neo has been arrested after failing to show up as a witness, and that alone raised eyebrows fast. TMZ is now reporting that David is expected to be charged in connection to Celeste's case, according to investigators familiar with the situation. To make it crazier, Neo had allegedly been hiding out in Montana, trying to stay low and dodge the pressure from this whole case. Court records reveal that Neil Langston was arrested in Montana on a Los Angeles Superior Court warrant for failing to appear for testimony. Officials in Lewis and Clark County confirmed that LA County is expected to start the extradition process immediately. Locals even snapped photos of Neo being taken away in a police car, making this arrest impossible to ignore.
For quite some time, a lot of people were curious as to when she could have passed away. If she passed away at the beginning of 2025, why did she only just start smelling in September of 2025? Well, according to what we are hearing from sources close to LAPD, it seems as if Celeste Rivas Hernandez was actually frozen for a period of time. Freezing up would preserve that for an extended period of time, and it seems as if she was removed from being in a frozen state and put in David's Tesla. And because of that, the medical examiner is likely not going to be able to determine a CO.
Now here's where it gets real messy. Rumors are flying that Neo knows exactly what happened to Celeste, and many believe once he spends even a single day behind bars, he might start talking. Neo and David were extremely close, almost inseparable, and on David's secret Instagram account, Neo pops up everywhere. Starting July 21st, a photo of David and Neo at a house party sent the internet into a frenzy, and the rumors exploded instantly. That single image kicked off non-stop talk that David may have had a deeper relationship with Neo, and people started digging fast. Old Instagram posts resurfaced showing David and Neo recreating the famous Titanic pose, laying in bed together, plus plenty more moments that caught attention quick. It got so loud that even investigators reportedly started asking, who exactly is Neo?
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, Bro, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even...
We
need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Now let's be clear, none of this directly implies guilt, but based on Steve's recent findings from David's social media, there's a growing theory that Neo may have been the last person driving the Tesla. That alone has people raising eyebrows everywhere. Here's where it gets even stranger. Neo has completely wiped his social media clean of David and no longer follows him on Instagram. This hasn't been officially confirmed by LAPD or authorities, but it sparked a serious wave of speculation. One post even stated, quote, "Receipts show that David and Neo, who were constantly together, no longer follow each other on Instagram." The biggest question still hanging in the air is simple but chilling. What really happened to Celeste, and who put her in the Tesla?
Weeks we've been wondering just what it was that a private investigator named Steve Fisher found inside David's home when he was given access last October. The PI reported seeing, quote, items you would expect to find on a farm rather than in a home in the Hollywood Hills. And today, we are learning about one of those items.
Investigators began asking whether Celeste may have learned or witnessed something serious connected to David's public life as an artist, and that's when attention suddenly shifted to Neo. Around that same time, authorities noticed Neo appeared to be distancing himself from evidence, and his name started blowing up everywhere. From that moment on, leaks started popping up non-stop, almost out of nowhere. TMZ then dropped a bombshell report claiming, quote, Celeste was found frozen inside David's car. And the LA County Medical Examiner reportedly said this could make it nearly impossible to determine the cause of her passing. That report triggered chaos online, with thousands of creators accusing David of buying a massive freezer, which completely dragged the spotlight away from Neo's involvement.
Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year, I just wanted to tell you guys not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil. And then it seems like just at the start of the year, it's literally January and all this stuff is happening. It's like the most insane, it's February now. It's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind, 2025. Stay prayed up.
The story spread so fast that the LAPD was forced to step in and shut it down. To do that, they released a new police report stating, quote, on the night of December 30th through the morning of December 31st, 2024, David and Celeste were together in downtown Los Angeles, with public photos taken, along with unsettling images from David's camera roll showing a dark, creepy shed. Several photos of that shed were sitting inside David's camera roll, all taken on the very same night he and Celeste were seen wandering around downtown LA, and that immediately caught investigators' attention.
No, out of all times for this to happen, as discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and were basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate call.
The LAPD started questioning whether this shed could have been the location where something went terribly wrong. Even more chilling, David's camera roll also contained what appears to be the very last photo ever taken of Celeste, dated 1 year ago today, January 2nd, 2025. According to the investigation, it's important to note that law enforcement has access to far more resources and could possess images or evidence from after that date.
Do you have any indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea. And it's kind of bizarre because his group has stayed so silent, what's left of his group, I guess. And I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
Still, based on the available metadata, that photo was taken at exactly 5 p.m. on January 2nd, 2025, showing Celeste wearing a ripped designer-style hoodie, clear and unmistakable.
You know, transferring these assets in the middle of an investigation, as opposed to 2 years ago or a year ago,
right.
Could a court look at this and say, this was a deliberate attempt to what you say, concealing assets, and they could breach it, they could pierce it, they could say, even though that you've transferred this into your mother's name, that was invalid. This is a way for, let's say, a plaintiff who sues him, or let's say in a criminal judgment to pay that fine. Can a court look at that and say, even though you transferred it, it's still open season on those properties?
Yeah, this is what's so puzzling about this. It is a very basic premise of law throughout the country that you can't transfer assets after the event happens that would otherwise trigger collecting on those assets. So we have rules in different states. Sometimes they're called fraudulent transfer. Sometimes they're called fraudulent conveyances. There's a lot of different names for them. But the crux of it is you cannot transfer assets.
But this is where things turn strange fast. A response to the investigator reportedly said, quote, "I saw this on Reddit. Is this hoodie circled?" The image showed the exact same ripped designer hoodie lying on the floor of David's room, visible in a selfie he took, plain as day. During the police investigation, authorities allegedly also found this same sweater that Celeste was wearing appearing on a live stream. Because of all this, reports now say David is likely facing serious charges connected to the passing of Celeste Reeve, and the situation is moving fast. A grand jury is currently reviewing the case and is expected to be asked to return an indictment, according to multiple sources. TMZ and other major outlets are reporting the same thing, saying the court process is being pushed forward quickly due to what was found during the investigation.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying, why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go on crazy year after year for the next 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on it.
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely not.
Here's where things take a sharp turn. A private investigator revealed that an incinerator capable of reaching temperatures up to 1,600 degrees was allegedly found inside one of David's rental homes. This type of equipment is usually used on farms and is not legal for LA residents to own without proper permits or a registered farm, which immediately raised alarms. But the real shock is where this was found. Reports say Celeste had been staying in David's second, extremely private rental home, a place so low-key that almost nobody even knew it existed. When you connect this with video David recorded at another property in February 2025, where Celeste had previously stayed, investigators believe Celeste may have already passed weeks earlier. Around that same time, David reportedly leased a red Tesla and stopped using the black one, and investigators also noticed a picture frame behind him during recordings, along with a very strange choice of words that only added more suspicion.
Basically, an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden. And he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it, like it was in the vault.
Celeste was staying with David inside his private rental around the same time he posted that now infamous video, and federal investigators believe she had already passed by then. Because of that timing, authorities are reportedly treating that video as David's official reaction, which only added more pressure to the case. According to reports, David is allegedly not cooperating with investigators in the passing of Celeste, and LAPD detectives have now identified a second suspect. David still remains under suspicion, but that second suspect was Neo, and he has officially been arrested. With all the new evidence stacking up against David, sources say authorities are trying to move carefully and quietly, making strategic moves behind the scenes instead of rushing things. Court documents reportedly state there are simply too many coincidences surrounding the timeline of David and Celeste.
Crashing, where'd it go wrong, ghost, where did you go? Afterlife?
On September 18th, David transferred ownership of his Texas home into his mother's name, and that same day, Celeste was officially identified inside the Tesla. Just 1 day earlier, the LAPD executed a search warrant at his Hollywood Hills rental. To make things even stranger, that very same day, police responded to a reported incident involving a passing at one of David's homes. But when officers arrived, they were met by David's parents, who stated his younger siblings were upstairs. While some believe that report about someone passing at David's family home was completely false, others think the feds used it as a pressure move to see if David was hiding out there. especially since nobody has physically seen him for months now. That sudden silence only made investigators more suspicious. Sources say David knew his time was running out and allegedly tried to pull a fast one on police. After hiring a new legal team and transferring assets out of his own name, investigators believe he was preparing for authorities to close in on him. Legal experts have since explained that these kinds of moves usually signal someone bracing for an arrest, not someone confident they're in the clear. But here's the part that made everything even stranger. While tracking David and attempting to freeze asset transfers, investigators reportedly uncovered more bizarre evidence, including an interview that raised serious eyebrows. In that clip, David said he wanted to live on an island with no social media in 4 years, which fans immediately found odd. The original question asked where he wanted to be in 5 years, but David specifically answered 4, and people online quickly connected that timing to Celeste becoming an adult. Then came the second interview, which many believe is even worse because it directly ties into a strange piece of evidence now labeled the David Update. An alleged photo of David wearing a wig strikingly similar to the one Celeste was known to wear has now surfaced online, and it immediately set the internet on fire. To be clear, David liking anime conventions is not the issue at all. That part is completely normal. What people found unsettling is how similar the wig looks and the timing around it, which instantly raised eyebrows everywhere. Things got even stranger when fans resurfaced an old clip where David described wanting to be an anime-style character who goes on to commit extremely serious crimes. Out of hundreds of examples he could have chosen, that was the scenario he used, and viewers didn't miss it for a second. One viral comment summed it up perfectly, saying, "I can't be the only one seeing how obvious this all is, right?" And that line spread like wildfire online. David clearly didn't like the attention because what happened next shocked people even more. While everyone was asking where David disappeared to, it was revealed that he was still lurking online and had recently been playing Fortnite at the exact same hour that this evidence was leaking. David has been a competitive Fortnite player for years, and there's even a public Fortnite tracker website that lets anyone see when celebrity accounts log in, play matches, and how they perform, making this timing impossible to ignore. Once that interview went viral and the internet really started digging, David suddenly hopped on Fortnite, and fans instantly felt like that was a distraction attempt. People online were saying there's no way that should have been his first response to everything exploding around him. Many pointed out that if David truly believed he was innocent, he would have handled this completely differently instead of letting his career slowly fall apart in real time. But what David didn't realize is that the worst evidence hadn't even surfaced yet. Court files quietly moved through the LA system, and what investigators uncovered next shocked everyone. You decide for yourself if this looks bad, because the files reportedly show the last time Celeste was seen on camera, and it wasn't random. She allegedly appeared behind the scenes at a David concert, hanging around backstage with David's brother. If that footage is accurate, it means Celeste was still alive on June 27th, 2024, spotted backstage at David's show. And here's the detail people can't ignore. She was wearing Hello Kitty sandals. According to her missing person report, her family said the last time they saw Celeste, she was wearing those exact Hello Kitty sandals, the same ones seen in the backstage footage. Do you think this is enough evidence to hold David responsible for Celeste's passing? Comment your thoughts below. I'm reading every single one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you on the next one.